This is a stoichiometry question from the 2014 chemistry paper, Leaving Certificate Higher Level. It's question 11b. Okay, so let's have a look. When I'm tackling one of these questions, first thing I do is I write out a table for myself based on the chemical equation. Okay, so I write out the chemical equation, just going to paste it in here. So I write out the chemical equation, and then, because most of these stoichiometry questions revolve around one formula in particular, and it's this one, I'm just dragging it into field of view now. It's numbers of moles equals mass, numbers of moles equals mass over relative molecular mass. Okay, so this table revolves around that. I've got mass, relative molecular mass, and numbers of moles, because I need to be able to move interchangeably between these three variables for each of the reactants and products in these stoichiometry questions. So let's begin. We're told we've got this mass of ammonium dichromate crystals, and we're asked in part one, how many moles of ammonium dichromate reacted? So we've got a mass. I'm going to put that into my table. Whoops. We've got a mass of 12.6 grams, and we need to get the number of moles. So using this formula, I can see that I need the relative molecular mass to get the number of moles. You need to calculate relative molecular masses of substances in many different types of questions in chemistry. So you need a methodical approach to doing this, because if you get it wrong, you get the successive question parts wrong as well. Okay, so this is how I would go about doing it, or how I'd recommend doing it. So I'm looking for the relative molecular mass of ammonium dichromate crystals. So what I do is I make up a table, okay, so with the atoms present, list those in a column there, and then I've got a column for their relative atomic masses, and then a third column there with numbers, hash key representing the numbers of those atoms present for each atom. Okay, and then the fourth and final column being the total. Okay, so I'm multiplying the relative atomic masses by the numbers of atoms present, and then my total is the relative molecular mass. So in this instance, I've got a total of 252 grams per mole. Okay, so 1 mole of that substance would have a mass of 252 grams. Now, plug those values into that formula, and I can get the numbers of moles. So 0.05 moles of ammonium dichromate. How many moles? Yeah, okay, so that's the answer to the first part. Just always have a reread of the question, just to make sure that you've answered the question as it's written and not as you kind of interpret it. So 0.05 moles there. Now, second part is the mass of chromium-3 oxide, mass of that formed. So I'm interested in the first of three products, so the chromium-3 oxide. So now that I've got a mole value for one of the substances in this chemical equation, I can, by kind of the ratios in the balanced equation, work out the moles of any of the other substances. So I can see there's a 1-to-1 ratio here, because I look for the coefficients, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio here. So I've got the same number of moles of chromium-3 oxide as I have of ammonium dichromate. So that's the number of moles, and I want to get the mass. So I need to get this value here. So I need the relative molecular mass of this substance, and this is a case of here's one I prepared earlier, because instead of writing this out and taking more time and making a longer video, I'm just going to write this one in there. Okay, 152 grams per mole is the relative molecular mass of this substance, and so I can use these two values to arrive at the mass, and the mass is 7.6 grams. Okay, the mass is 7.6 grams. That's my answer there, part 2. Part 3, the volume at STP of nitrogen gas evolved. As soon as you see STP, I advise you write down 22.4 liters per mole. Okay, a mole of gas at STP occupies 22.4 liters. That's just so you don't get muddled up and use the kind of the molar volume at room temperature and pressure. So as soon as you see STP, write down that, just to remind you to use that value in your calculations. So how many moles of nitrogen gas do I have? Well, I'm looking in the chemical equation. I've got the same number of moles of nitrogen. It's a 1-to-1 ratio with chromium 3 oxide. So I've got 0.05 moles of nitrogen. And if I make a little space for myself down here, get rid of that. I know that 1 mole of a gas occupies 22.4 liters at STP. And so how many liters do I have when I've got 0.05? I find that out by multiplying 0.05 moles by 22.4 liters. Because that's per mole, so the moles will cancel out and my answer will be in liters, and I get 1.12 liters, okay, of N2. 1.12 liters. Now, fourth and final part, the number of molecules of water produced. Okay, so I'm looking at the chemical equation and I see I've got a coefficient of 4 there. So I'm going to have 4 times as much water as I had of all the other substances in this chemical equation. So I've got a, whoops daisy, wrong marker, 4. Okay, so it's 0.05 by 4. I've got 4 times the amount, so it's 0.02 moles of water. And now I need to calculate the number of molecules. Well, I know that 1 mole equals how many molecules? It's Avogadro's constant, 6 by 10 to the 23 particles. In this instance, I don't have 1 mole, I've got 0.2 moles. So I'm going to multiply Avogadro's constant by 0.2 moles. And to find out how many particles, or in this instance molecules, I'd have with this concentration. So multiply 0.2 by Avogadro's constant, and I get 1.2 by 10 to the 23 molecules of H2O. Now, make sure you answer all parts to questions. There's a final part to this question, which is how many atoms did this quantity of water contain? Well, I need to ask myself how many atoms are in a molecule of water. Okay, I've got 2 hydrogens, don't I? Hydrogen and an oxygen. So I've got 3 atoms in each molecule, so I'm simply going to multiply this number by 3. And that gives me 3.6 by 10 to the 23 atoms. So I'll just write that in, 6.3 by 10 to the 23 atoms. And number of molecules, well, I might as well write that in, 1.2 by 10 to the 23. Okay, I hope that's helped you with stoichiometry questions.